Okay, I'm going to show you a little instructional video how to use this Whitfield Pellet Stove. Some of the basics: you've got your control panel over here, and this lifts up, and you've got your pellets here. So obviously first you can just make sure that you've got enough pellets in here, and we're going to get started. Okay, we've got one of the starter squares. We're going to open up the door, we're going to put it right about in the middle, and we're going to take a handful of pellets just to get it started, help get it started, and drop it around on the sides. Shut the door. Close this too. So we've got that fire starter going. What we want to do now is just make sure that all the pellets get burning. So what we'll do to turn the machine on is simply press start, and you're going to hear it start. You can hear the air going through. So right now there's two dials, and to run this stove effectively you just have to find the right balance between the damper dial and the pellet feed. So right now the pellet auger, the feed is not on, which means it's not dropping pellets because we didn't turn it on yet, but there's pellets that are going to come out of that chute. So let's go ahead and turn the auger on as well. You'll hear it start, and then I'm going to check back with you in a few minutes. It might take 5 minutes or 10 minutes for the flame to get a lot bigger. It's gonna, ideally you want the flame to go up all the way to the top. Starts heating the elements in there. So I'll check back with you in a minute and show you the last step. Alright, so it's been maybe 8 or 9 minutes, and this is where we want the flame. So after it's going really well like that, and I don't know if you can see that, but ideally here, after it's going, you want about 3 layers of pellets. So they'll be red hot on the bottom and there'll be fresh ones on the top. Over here, now that we've had it going for a little while, we'll just turn on the fan. It says fan high-low, but really the fan is just on-off. You just leave the fan on after you've got the stove going. So you're going to hear this too when I turn it on. And that is the hot air coming out of the top right here. So, like I said, just keep your eye on it, and after you find a nice balance, you want 3 layers of pellets. You can just leave it, it's going to heat the place pretty well. And by find a nice balance, I mean find a nice balance between the damper and the pellet feed. So right now, usually I have the pellet feed, it works best when it's on low to medium if you really want to get it going. And then the damper control, I always have it on high or medium high. And what I do to reset it too, you can feel it, I turn it all the way up and then tap it down a little bit. So right now I'm gonna set it, find that when you have the damper right about there and you have the pellet feed right about here, it should be a good balance. That's kind of what we want. So if you do have a pellet backup, if the burn pot gets backed up with pellets, they start piling up towards the rim, then you've got the pellet feed going too high and you've got the damper too low. If, on the other hand, it bottoms out, if there's only a few red pellets in the bottom, then the opposite. You want to turn the damper down a little bit and or turn the pellet feed up. So also, I want to just make a little note here. It doesn't get hot around the side. It blows out hot air here. The door, the glass, gets hot, and the chimney gets hot. So keep your kids away from it. Have a great day. Thanks.